Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking Nicolle and Daonte. And Nicolle, I feel like she's kind of the Michael of this season. It's, you know, every day she has a new partner, and who's going to be her soup du jour today? Well, it looks like it's going to be Zakk. So we were introduced to Zakk in this episode. We see she was talking to Tia. We know she's married to Tia in real life, and we know that there's going to be some sort of kerfuffle with Daonte. There's going to be maybe a runaway bride scenario, get stood up at the altar scenario. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we do know based on photos that she does end up getting married to Tia in the same wedding dress, and we know that a wedding of some sort is featured on the show. So Nicolle has mentioned her ex Zakk. We saw them texting earlier in the season. To be completely honest, I saw a couple people commenting online that perhaps Zakk and Tia were the same person. I thought shit, very well might be, because who has these many people that they're talking to? We see it with Jeff too. He said he had 5 girlfriends while in prison. He was never gonna let Anissa know. But my God, I mean, I'm glad I found my husband, because, you know, I never had the opportunity to juggle that many people. So let's take a look, you know, where we last left off in the previous episode of Love After Lockup was really setting this up, this confrontation between Nicolle and Daonte, and this is what happened.
Me and Nicolle, we were dating before she went into prison, but we definitely kept the communication, you know, throughout the whole time.
Give me my mother cell phone. Give me the cell phone, Nicole. Oh, you don't want to give me the phone? Bet, keep the phone. I'm going to deactivate the bitch. Damn boob job. Let this mother pay for your boob job. How about that?
Again, and I said this in the last video that I made about Daonte and Nicolle, I am just so happy to see Daonte standing up for himself. When he said, keep the phone, I'm going to deactivate that bitch, I was howling. I was laughing so hard. You know, Nicolle really has no shame and no respect for other people. She clearly doesn't have respect for her exes that she's still gallivanting around town with, and she doesn't have respect for Daonte. She also doesn't have respect for her mother or any of the other people that have done anything for her in her life. So, but we're gonna touch on that later. I am just, you get a sense of satisfaction when you see someone finally stand up for themselves that you see time and time and time again getting taken advantage of. Now, I say that with a huge grain of salt, because we know that they will be appearing on Life After Lockup, and we know that there is a wedding that supposedly happens, and how do we get from this point to that point? I have no idea. I did speak to my source that's close to Daonte and his camp, and Daonte actually had no idea that Zakk and Nicolle slept together before he watched the episode last night. If you guys follow Daonte on Instagram, and I'll actually link his Instagram, because he's a hoot. He's a riot. Him and Rachel, they're super active and engaging with viewers and fans of this show. So it's a really good, fun time to follow them, and they're super engaged with their followers and their fans. So I highly recommend. I'll link Rachel's too, because they're just super fun to follow. So anyways, with that being said, Daonte typically goes live after the show airs to give his piece on what we saw in the episode. Because of course, you know, of course they filmed the episode, but you don't know how the editors are going to piece your storyline together. And then of course there's stuff you don't see. So apparently he had no idea that Zakk and Nicolle actually ended up sleeping together, and he actually thought that when he had that conversation with Zakk that this was my girl, that there was like a level of understanding there, which apparently there wasn't. I also thought it was really a good thing that Nicole's mom was clearly fed up with her. So, you know, she gets dropped off by Zakk in the morning. This is not Daonte dropping her off, who she went to meet his mom the night before. So her mom and her stepmom really give it to her like, hey, what are you doing? You know, you caused this commotion out in the middle of the street last night. The dogs were barking. So we thought that was kind of an excuse for Nicolle to like sneak away to get with Zakk. But it actually seemed like there was a legitimate concern for riling up the dog. So we'll give her that one. But it's probably too little too late. I mean, it doesn't seem like Nicolle heeds any sort of parenting that comes her way, but it was at least something to appreciate the fact that the parental figures in her life are not just like, okay, do whatever you want to do. So who is this Zakk person? This is an ex that Nicolle dated. I don't know how seriously prior to her being incarcerated. Now, she did go to jail when she was 18 years old, and I think she's 23 now. So she was a teenager when this relationship happened, right? He appears to be a vet as well, so he's a military man just like Daonte. But it would appear that they had some sort of relationship prior to her being incarcerated. There was this picture from 2016 that Zakk posted on his Facebook, and what I found very interesting is this is Nicolle holding a giant teddy bear, and in the fight scene last night there was a teddy bear casualty that occurred when Daonte was throwing all of Nicolle's things out of his trunk. There was a teddy bear that just got thrown away, and it was very sad. You know, a big question I have is how are these... So Nicolle seems to not be getting money, or maybe she is, I don't know. But she seems to be really relying heavily on Daonte as her source of income. I think if she had other sources of income, she probably wouldn't still be putting up this facade with Daonte. So for me, it's where was this Zakk person when you were doing your serving your prison sentence? She says on the show that they broke up because they didn't know how they could make it work, but you seemed to be able to make a one person living on the outside relationship work with Daonte. So I don't know, where was this person? Why wasn't he supporting if he meant so much to you? Also, Tia, where was she? She got out 4 months before you did. Was she not allowed to call you? Were you not allowed to get any kind of communication out with her? That actually might have been an issue because, you know, obviously Tia might very well be on parole and not be able to visit and such, but where is she now? Where are these people that mean so much to you? Additionally, when Nicolle said, you know, dating in prison was simpler, well, dating on the outside of prison is pretty simple too when you just date one person at a time. The problem is you're a kid in a candy store and you want to have it all. I have a feeling either Tia and Zakk don't have the kind of disposable income or aren't willing to part with their disposable income the same way that Daonte was, or that maybe other people she talked to was, and that's why she still has Daonte on the hook. But it just, you know, I think Nicolle is probably one of the most deceptive but also bad liars that we've had on this show. Just her behavior is so reprehensible and unlikable. It does make for good TV. Like I said, it's like fun messiness. But at the same time, it's so hard to like, you know, with these people that get out of prison, a lot of us, when we're watching the show, we're rooting for some sort of redemption story. Turn your life around, a la Britney. how she has completely turned her life around since her spending time in jail, and she's actually now helping her mom to turn her life around. So we love a story that we can root for and hold on to, and there's just nothing about that with with Nicolle, rather. Sorry. She is so, I think I said this a couple videos back, she raises this con artistry to just a whole nother level. And, you know, honestly, she's not very good at the lying, but she does seem to be good at the taking advantage of, and to just give enough to keep the person coming back for more, because she does that not only with Tia, not only with Daonte, but with Zakk as well. And she also is doing it with her mom and her stepmom. I mean, it seems pretty disrespectful to engage in a screaming argument late at night in front of the house that you're supposed to be staying at. She just seems to have very little to no respect for anyone else and is very self-absorbed. That is the latest on Nicolle, Zakk, Daonte, Tia. Who knows who might enter the equation next week? I mean, I think we can all agree Daonte really should know better, especially given the fact that he went through almost an identical situation already. But he's still a human being, and I think he just really wants to believe in love and find love. I really just don't like the way that Nicolle treats people. I find it to just be so reprehensible. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care, have a good one, much love.